Why does the Supreme Court decide so many important cases? As you may have seen in recent months, the Supreme Court decides some of the most important things in our life. They decide disputes between Congress and the President. They decide whether we have constitutional rights. Well, why do they do that? It wasn't actually always going to be that way. The Supreme Court's constitutional authority came from a case called Marbury versus Madison, and the facts underlying the case are very interesting. Back then, just like now, the politics was divisive, and John Adams lost an election to Thomas Jefferson. You may recognize these names. Well, John Adams decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stack the court, something else we're dealing with lately, and they decide to issue as many judges as they can for the courts. Well, the Secretary of State didn't deliver those commissions. So one of the judges, Mr. Marbury, decided to bring a lawsuit against the government and say, hey, guess what? You need to appoint me. It goes all the way up to the Supreme Court, and one of the most famous justices at the time, Justice Marshall, he had a decision to make. If he had ordered that the commissions be delivered, then guess what? It was probably going to be ignored by President Jefferson. Then the Supreme Court would have no power at all. So what he did instead was he said that the law underlying the commissions was unconstitutional, and only the court could declare whether something was constitutional or not. President Jefferson was excited. None of the judges had to be delivered and put on the bench. But the court gained enormous power, things that we're still dealing with today, because they are the ultimate deciders of all things constitutional law, even our own personal rights.